Peace, everybody. In this video, I want to discuss the topic of surrendering and what that has been like for me. So a couple of days ago, while I was laying in my bed, just chilling, kind of meditating, but not really, this feeling of resistance arose like in my chest area. And when that feeling came up, I instantly had the realization that I had been in this mode for a little minute. And what that means is that I've been resisting my life or the flow of my life, and I've been resisting certain transitions that I have been going through. Around December, early January, I decided to move back to my hometown. Now, before I decided to move back, I kept seeing this quote that said, "Don't fear the darkest night, your power lies where you are most afraid to go." And not too long after I started seeing that quote, I had made that choice to move back home. And when I made that choice, I had realized that I am essentially facing one of my fears. I feared moving back home because I had been on my own. I had been independent, paying my own bills, doing my own thing. And to move back home, in my mind, was a failure, and I feared failure. So all of that had connected, and then I moved back home. And while being here, I had noticed that I had been having these triggers lately and feeling angry. And essentially what that anger was me resisting where I was. You know, anger is a form of resistance. And that's how the resistance was manifesting for me. You know, me getting angry at certain things and just resisting the moment or where I was. And so after that feeling came up and I had the realization, I was like, dang, you know, I had been holding on to that or been in this resistance mode for a little minute. And so I was like, okay, I know I need to surrender. And the day before this resistance came up, or I had realized that I had been in this mode, the day before that, I decided I was going to take a yin yoga class. And yin is, you know, that feminine aspect, and yang is the masculine. So yin yoga is the more passive yoga. You hold the poses for about 2 to 3 minutes, or 3 to 5 minutes, longer than you would in any other practice. And yin has always been my favorite. And you know, it was such an amazing class, and during the class, you know, I was like feeling that natural high, and the teacher was like, "Oh, it's starting to hit you," and I was like, "Yeah." You know, yin does that. It puts you very much in the moment. Yoga in general, but yin is just my favorite. You know, I was more in the moment and more present and aware of my thoughts. And so for the past few days, I have been just surrendering and just accepting my path and the transitions and where I am in life. So when that resistance came up, I did some cleaning, and I have a blog on how anger and healing led to me cleaning my room, because I've experienced this before. Like after a dream that I had, you know, after I clear myself out internally, I have this inkling to like clean my room and clean my physical space. You know, the physical is a representation of the internal, and a lot of the times you can tell where someone is based on their physical space, you know, their car, their house, their purse. Not always, just sometimes. And so, you know, I was cleaning one day, not too long after that realization came up. I was cleaning and I came across an old journal of mine, and you know, the journal was from like some years ago. And in that journal, I came across a dream where I was in my hometown and it was filled with water, and the only way to get through was to float. Connections, magic. So after I came across that journal and I saw that dream, I was like, all right, you know what? I give in. I'm just gonna surrender and accept where I am, accept the flow of my life, and just trust that trust that divine energy, you know, to just surrender to it. Because you know, I had been in my ego so much, so you know, I have been allowing my ego to surrender to my spirit. So you know, I took that yin yoga class. I came across that book of that dream where I had to float in order to get through. So with all of this realization, I have been able to be more present, be more in the moment. You know, that's what surrendering has been like for me overall. I've just been more present, and I've also been doing this herbal tea and water cleanse, and that has helped me to be more present and aware of my thoughts, and just to be more in the moment and to surrender to the moment. Because that's all it really is. You know, that's all we ever really have is the moment. You will hear people say that, And I've heard it and I understood it a little bit, but now I feel like I understand it on a whole nother level. So take away that, I hope you take something away from that message and my experience with surrendering, and just allow yourself to be and just pay attention to your surroundings and your physical and internal space, and it'll tell you a lot about what's going on with you. So that's all I wanted to share for today. I hope you have an awesome day, awesome night, whatever time it is. Peace. Hello. Peace, everybody. The topic of this video is going to be about surrendering and what that has been like for me. So, that was funny. Okay, so for peace, yo.